Usually markets have taken bad economic news in stride. This time around, investors seem pretty spooked. What stood out to you?
Morning. Yes, this was a big reality check for the markets, which have, been reasonably optimistic or had shown some signs of optimistic recently. And really, the bankers here hit the big theme for 2023, which is, will the US see a recession, and what will it look like? And so we saw a wave of comments from the CEOs. We had Goldman's Solomon warning of bumpy times ahead. His outlook is even more pessimistic than some of the economists at his firm. We had Brian Moynihan of Bank of America saying that the firm is slowing hiring ahead of a potential contraction. And also Jamie Dimon spoke on CNBC saying that there's a risk of a mild to a hard recession. So the market took these messages to heart, knowing that Wall Street banks have better visibility than most people on the outlook for the economy, for companies and for consumers. And so they really took this to heart, and that's why we saw the market react as it did overnight.
Yeah, and we saw Moynihan saying that they've slowed hiring. We saw Morgan Stanley with the 1,600 new job cuts. How much cost cutting are we expecting, both from bonuses as well as jobs? What's sort of in the pipeline already?
Yeah, so we know from Morgan Stanley reporting overnight that they're cutting 2% of their payrolls globally. That's about 1,600 positions, so that's quite a big retrenchment. Having said that, Morgan Stanley did a lot of hiring over the pandemic. They had payrolls of from 60,000 to 80,000. So in that context, it's not large. But then we've got Goldman Sachs, Solomon, saying that bonus pools will be smaller this year compared to 2021. During the boom times there. Brian Moynihan of Bank of America took a slightly softer tack, just saying that they will be slowing hiring. They are still doing some hiring in areas like private banking, but really the tone has changed from the past couple of years, where there was a big talent war, there were big bonuses, but that talent war seems to be over. We did report earlier in the week as well that JP Morgan, Citigroup and other banks are cutting banker payrolls. We know that investment banking has been in a slump for quite some time now, and Solomon said that capital markets activity hasn't picked up like he would have liked. That's another reason why the bonus outlook is looking pretty grim on Wall Street.